wal-batin. There is a tajalli of God that is not God. Do you understand that? Allah is manifesting Himself on the world, but the world is not God. So there's a zahir, and then there's a batin, and they're different. But when Allah speaks, He speaks with the language of the zahir. So the moon, whatever it happened, Allah Ta'ala a'lam. Amantu billah, I believe in it. Saddaqtuka ya Rasulullah. We believe in His miracles. Allahumma salli alayka ya Habibullah. Allahumma salli alayka. وغسل قلبه وشق الصدر وحشوه بسر أي سر, or the washing of his heart and the splitting of his sternum, and it's being filled with mysteries. And what mysteries? وجيء بالبراق للإسراء به إلى الأقصى من السماء, and also the buraq that was brought to him for his night ride to Jerusalem, indeed to the heavens themselves. The buraq, even in the commentary, it says, "Summiya buraqan min al-barqi li sur'ati sayrihi." It was called buraq because it's at the speed of light. I mean, where did they get that from? Subhanallah. The buraq, moving from one horizon to the other in one instant. Subhanallah. So the buraq is one of the great miracles. And then the Mi'raj, when the mashhur is that the buraq took him to Jerusalem, and then it was the Mi'raj, the ladder that he went up through the heavens. The ladder appeared like Jacob's ladder. Also the Jews believe in the ladder, that that there is it's like a wormhole. There's some kind of opening into the unseen. But the ladder appeared before the Prophet ﷺ, and he was taken up. Not Sa'ida, the mirqat. It's not. He wasn't moving. He was just taken up. And the Prophet ﷺ went with Jibreel. At each heaven, the angel who was guarding the heaven said, "Abu'itha, is he sent?" And he said, "Man anta, Jibreel, wa man ma'ak, Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Abu'itha, was he sent?" These are like always people, when you go into a country, the passport people, they don't trust you. They don't know who you are. They assume that might be, and they're usually kind of rude for some reason. But that's their job. And that's their job. And that was the job of those angels at the doors. Who are you? Jibreel. Who's with you? Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Abu'itha? Na'am. Come in. At each place, this is jawaz. The Prophet ﷺ said, لَنْ يَدْخُلَ جَنَّ أَحَدُكُمْ إِلَّا بِجَوَازٍ مِّنَ اللَّهِ. It's a hadith Salman writes. No one will enter paradise except with a passport. مَكْتُوبٌ فِيهِ بِسْمِ اللَّهِ الرَّحْمَنِ الرَّحِيمِ أُدْخُلُوهَا بِسَلَامٍ آمِنِينَ. This is a hadith. So the people of dunya, all these, like people, لا يغرنك تقلب الذين كفروا في البلاد. Don't be deluded by people that can go wherever they want. I mean, think of that ayah in relation to Muslims in the Muslim world that can't travel anywhere. They're stuck. If you're a Mauritanian, your passport doesn't help you very much. But people, if they have an American passport, Canadian passport, British passport, you can go wherever you want, right? But in Akhirah, American passport, no benefit. French passport, no benefit. But that Mauritanian that couldn't even afford to get the passport, he has a jawaz from God. Udkhuluha bi salam and aminin. Walillahi al-mathal al-a'la. All these realities of dunya are going to be manifest in the Akhirah, but in a completely different way than they are in this world. Everything. Tyrants will be raised up like ants. People will be stepping on them. Just like they stepped on people in this world like they were ants. That's how they treated people in this world. Just like they were ants. But on Yawm al-Qiyamah, those people that's going to be their reality. So all of these things. وَلَمْ يَزَلْ يَرْقَى إِلَى أَنَّالَ مَنْزِلَةً جَلَّتْ فَلَنْ تُنَالَ. This is, now he's على منهاج البردة. He's starting to follow the سَرَيْتَ مِنَ الْحَرَمِ لَيْلًا إِلَى حَرَمِ كَمَا سَرَى الْبَدْرُ في داج من الظلم. وبت ترقى حتى إلى أن نلت منزلة من قاب قوسين لم تدرك ولم ترمي, that you were moving across the sky like the full moon moves across the night sky in this midst of this, and until you achieved a manzila, a station with God that had not been achieved before. قاب قوسين أو أدنى. I mean, it's an amazing event, this thing. So the Prophet ﷺ achieved this maqam with his Lord. حباه ذو العزة بالمقام فيها وبالرؤية والكلام. The magnificent God of might selected him for that station of nearness in that celestial place to have the beatific vision and divine audience. And audience I'm using there in its original meaning, because it comes from a Latin word audio, to hear. So an audience is where you get to listen, and so there's a khilaf about that, about seeing and hearing, what that means. But bila kayf, we say without any modality. Allah Ta'ala a'lam. We believe in the ru'ya and in that Allah heard the speech of God without any means like this. وفرض الخمسين ثم خفف عنا به لخمسة وضعف. So God prescribed 50 prayers and later relented, easing up on us. For the Prophet's sake, they became 5 with the reward of 50. ثوابه إذ كثر الأمداد تفضلا وقلل الأعداد. Its reward included increasing the spiritual aid manifold out of divine bounty, despite his lessening their numbers. وأما خير مرسل للرسل وعاد من قبل انقضاء الليل. The best of messengers then led the other messengers in prayer, returning to his home before the end of the night. In some riwayah, he led the prayer twice, on the earth and in heaven. And he met different prophets at different, Isa and Zakaria he met in the second heaven. He met Idris in the fourth heaven. He met Harun and Musa, the fifth heaven. He met Ibrahim alayhi salam in the seventh heaven. And then he went to the Sidrat al-Muntaha. What's interesting about the lote tree of the furthest limit is that in the Asian traditions, which were not here in the peninsula, but in the Asian traditions, the lote tree is the symbol in their tradition, in both Buddhism and some of the Chinese traditions. The lote tree is the point beyond which rational understanding stops. So this is an ancient metaphor for, and I don't want to say metaphor, you get into trouble, but it's an ancient symbol of something beyond which we cannot comprehend. The Prophet went beyond what is capable for human comprehension, entering into the divine presence, which is neither time nor place. And it's important to understand that there's no time or place with God. So, and it's a testimony to the genius of our scholars that they really recognize that.